DRX may be the fan favorite here. They may have dominated Asia for a very long time, but their opponents, Billy Gaming, are looking to assert the kings and assert themselves as the new leaders in this region. And let's see how this all boils down as Billy and DRX take the stage.
Anybody who comes through is just going to get barrel stuff. That's really nicely done. Good details there from Billy.
It's so difficult. It's clean, and it's an ace from Rin.
That was it. Here comes Buzz.
Takes a different path, but YZ gets to kill himself. What the heck happened there? YZ already with 2. Perhaps another ace on the cards. YZ with 4. The ace on the other side, and it delivers once more. Bianc and Stax in a 1v1. He's got to give up the space to see he's not going to connect. Stax has already got it to half. Pulls off, and the snaps from Stax is good. And Buzz, of course, it's Buzz who's here, and Mako with 3. 4 for Mako, a 13-10 win, and a ferocious comeback on Lotus. Buzz still playing down in hell, no armor, 72 HP. The swing out into smoke, the spam connects as Buzz gets another, looking for the 3rd, and he finds it.
Let's go!
And it gets some info early on, and there it is. There's the fault line, and there it is for Yosemite. 2 found. YZ with the 3rd. Oh, it was a trap, and they took it. And they've gotten a shot at this. They've kept this very competitive. Rin's gonna have to do it on his own. Zest get 3. DRX take the lead back. Who established control, but do they know Mako's here? He can stop the round by himself. He's gonna swing on it, but the spike planted. Mako with 3, and the round is over. DRX survived the best possible shot that BLG throw their way in advance.
Welcome back to day 10 of VALORANT Champions, and it's now time for our second and final match of the day. And oh boy, it's gonna be a good one, because it's Evil Geniuses taking on Edward Gaming. And oh boy, this one could very well be a banger. I'm Golden Boy, of course, currently yelling at you, and I'm joined always by the right-hand man, it's Mimi. And of course, we have the one and only Paper Thin joining us, because we had to kick out Achilles due to his DRX biases. I'm kidding.
I'm not much better.
Actually, never mind. We swapped one out for one that's even worse.
Exactly.
Clinton's good to have you here, brother. What a game that was, though.
I was losing my mind backstage. I mean, like, that 10-2 half, I was like, well, you know, okay, Billy's coming out strong. They looked really crisp, really clean. They had some great rotations, some great reads on DRX's attackers half, and then it's just like, I've seen this with DRX before. I mean, with the, you know, back in the Korean League, they've done it to other teams, so it's just not like that surprising.
You had the script.
I did.
You know, you knew exactly what's going to happen. Well, let's do a little bingo update, huh? Let's see where we are right now. We had a bingo card shared at the beginning of the day, and so far, okay, we have quite a few on here. That we've gotten Ace, we got the YZ Judge kill, we got How Did That Happen? We also got a Shorty kill, Yosemite taunted, we had a crowd chant. Got that one in the beginning of the show. 22nd round. I don't remember that one happening. Probably did. 1v2
Probably
clutch.
because it's only 20 seconds long.
I think
we're good.
Sense.
I mean, we just need the Boostio scream.
That's a guarantee. Free space right there.
This is Jover.
Gonna be a bingo.
This actually is kind of Jover. Yeah.
We
Boostio
bingoed.
scream.
You guys are using that word too much.
Oh,
you started it.
So now that the bald people are saying Jover, it's not cool anymore, Mimi? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that was like the word like a month ago.
Oh,
like we need to move on.
She's saying we're old. That's actually what she's saying.
There's no winning. There's no winning on these streets. I swear. There's also no winning for Boostio as well. Unfortunately for him, because I think he's made some bold statements about Chinese teams that I think he might have stepped in it a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Chinese Valorant will never be better than NA.
Never. Absolutely not. I will make sure of it. Never.
Boosie's not paying attention to the rest of the world, but we will all be speaking Chinese soon. So I'm going to have to go and disagree.
Now, I want you to pay close attention to the dynamic that happened there. Potter wanted to kill Boostio when he said that.
The nervous laugh sold everything right there.
Okay, so just an FYI.
She knew it was going to happen. This arc for EG has been insane because they went from at Tokyo being the most lovable team ever. They just barely get all their players there. They go on this miracle run because they might be R9 someone. And now this event, they're just trying to take fight after fight. And the thing is here that there's a chance they're going to have to run a gauntlet of Chinese teams and prove themselves right with Boostio saying that some big words there.
And we've already seen with Billy, like when you trash talk them, they take it personally and they come at you. Yeah, exactly.
He took it personal. He took it personal. All right. In any case, though, guys, Edward, of course, is gaming here in LA, but they are a force to be reckoned with. Let's just go back in time. And actually, Mimi, I know you have a telestrator for us because they did some magic against Giants.
I want to talk about how quickly EDG improve and learn between games because they played Giants twice. I want to first look at this round, which is from their first game where they're playing split. You'll see initially EDG got an advantage in mid, had a nice little trap play to kill 2 players there. But what I want to focus on is how this late round goes down. EDG realized that a B finish is likely, and they're grouping 3 players over towards this B side of the map. And Giants actually make a really good decision here. You see that everyone up in heaven, these 2 players, are fully crouch walking because they know that EDG is anchored in on that site, and Giants, with no one being spotted on that cross, are going to be able to completely take an EDG who lacks information in this mid round by surprise. And you'll see that this round just is completely over at this point. Giants get a few big kills despite the lack of time. They win that one. But let's fast forward now to the second time that they played. And this one was a much different story. You can see it's already 11-3 up for EDG. And in this round, we're in a similar situation. It's gone into a mid round. Giants have taken space. You see everyone is set up onto this A site already. But EDG, instead of kind of grouping together, waiting for contact fights to be taken into them, in this round, instead, they're really shrinking down this map with an advantage. You see, everyone is grouping up towards spawn together and waiting to go together to be able to retake against Giants. They punish the player on ramp, and then this on-the-fly flood into the site is so well set up. I think what makes EDG, and honestly, why I think Boostio is wrong about the Chinese teams, is that, yeah, a month ago, even earlier in this tournament, you could have been right that the Chinese teams wouldn't be as expected to be as good as the Chinese teams, but they just adapt and learn so quickly from game to game, which in particular for EDG has made them so good this event.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that the confidence is really, really building. And it's that they can play their own style and they can make it work against these other teams. And some teams really do struggle to adapt against them. I mean, they play a really loose style at times. They'll push space, they'll wait for you, and then just see, okay, we don't got any contact in this area. No, okay, we're going to start really taking advantage of that and see if we can just make a player, you know, work off of that space individually. And it's really impressive because they're all so talented, they can make it work.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are. You have a lot of talent across the board, really, on both teams here. But we also have a very interesting matchup here. It's actually Nobody versus the veteran Ethan, which is not one that you necessarily would have thought immediately to draw the comparison to, but it is nice to see, firstly, Nobody's been having a hell of a tournament. And then Ethan has, similar to Mako, has always been like that consistent player for EG when they needed him.
Clinton, I see these players as such opposites. Well, Ethan is like consistent, great utility, winning clutches, super safe player. On the other hand, Nobody has been ridiculous. He's just taking absurd risks in the series for EDG. And for the most part, well, he looks silly occasionally. It's been paying off, and his individual performance has been wild.
Yeah, it's just building off what I was talking about before, where Nobody like will hold an angle, he'll wait. If he doesn't have any contact in the first 15 to 20 seconds, then he's like, I'm going to start pushing. Just by himself as a Sky. I mean, we don't see Skies do this. We don't see Initiators do this very much on their own. And on the other side of the coin, Ethan, such a solid KO player in particular. I was really impressed against Foot with the timing on the knives, you know, shutting down Kiwi's Blade Storms, things like that, just perfectly placed, fragments to stop plants and things like that. So really a total dichotomy of these two players.
Yeah, so much to talk about here. But for now, though, let's actually send it over to Yinsu to get some quick words from EG's Calm.
Oh, EG, they are in the building. Calm over here. Let me grab you for a quick word. Now, everybody is looking forward to this matchup. I know some of your teammates have already said their opinions on what they think about EDG. I wanted to get your thoughts. What do you think about EDG and also this game you got to play today?
I think EDG are a really good team. I'm really excited to play against them. Kang obviously a super great player, and Boosty said he's going to shit on him today.
All right, thank you very much, Calm.
Okay.
All right, then.
Busio, I love you, man. You are not setting yourself up for success. Goodness gracious, bro.
Again, another Chinese team with the possibility to do the funniest thing ever if they beat EG today.
This will genuinely either be one of the greatest games of Valorant we've been treated to, or it could just be wild. Either way, I don't even know what to expect, but our coaches are standing by for the map picks and bans, so let's go ahead and see where our teams are headed.
All right, EG, you'll be the higher seed for this matchup. So Team A or Team B?
We'll take Team B.
Team B. So EDG, you'll be Team A. And we will start with your first ban.
And Fracture.
Fracture, your ban.
We will take out Haven.
Haven. Map number 1 from EDG.
Number 1, Speed.
Split. Side on split.
Defense.
Defense. And map number 2?
We will pick Ascent.
Ascent. Side on Ascent.
Attack.
Attack. Okay, next set of bans, starting with EDG. You have Bind, Lotus, and Pearl.
And Lotus.
They ban Lotus. Your ban, you have Bind and Pearl.
Okay, we'll take Pearl.
So you'll ban Bind?
Ban Bind, yes.
Okay. So map number 3 will be Pearl, side on Pearl.
Pearl. Attack.
Attack. Okay, let's run back through this. First set of bans, we have EDG with Fracture and EG with Haven. Map number 1 is Split with EG on defense. Map number 2 is Ascent with EDG on attack. Next set of bans are Lotus and Bind. Map number 3 Decider is Pearl with EDG on attack. Good?
Yeah. All right, good luck to you both.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Edwood Gaming. Evil Geniuses.
It's the matchup we've all been waiting for. Evil Geniuses takes on EDG. Words have been exchanged by both camps, strong words at that, but now it's time to truly put up or shut up.
Both these teams were the underdogs, the Cinderellas of Tokyo. They both went on their run. EG went a little further, made it to the finals, and now has come back into this event as one of the favorites. But they've doubted EDG, they've doubted Chinese Valorant, and every match, every game here at Champions, these teams have continued to prove why that's wrong.
This is going to just be such a huge test today for both of these teams. I mean, EG going up against an EDG squad that's super confident, that has something to prove here, and they're kind of just so aggressive. I'm curious if, like, EG's style of being so good with their ults and landing their utility so well, if EDG is going to be able to get ahead of that, kind of keep them off balance, keep them off pace, kind of break that signature style of Evil Geniuses.
And let's also reflect on the map picks and bans real fast and just see, like, I feel like everyone kind of got what they wanted, you know, out of that.
Yeah, I mean, we get a split for EDG. They've been so confident on that map. And EG, we get their Ascent, which is also really good. Obviously, Fracture being banned out, I think puts EDG EDG in a pretty good position in this veto. But starting out on Split, I'm interested to see what EG goes for, because they haven't played this since Tokyo, where they lost to Fnatic and Paper X with the double duelist comp. I wouldn't be surprised if they have something new.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of curious about, because it should be a mirror comp basically between the two of them, assuming that nothing has changed for EG since then. But what you've seen so far from EDG on Split, especially against the Giants the last time out, was devastating. I mean, comfortable giving up space and then collapsing onto you, doing things that just completely kept the Giants off balance the second go around. And then going over to Ascent, I'm not sure. I mean, EDG, you know, that map to me isn't one that sticks out as like a milestone of this team, so it's going to be
like
pretty
they'll
curious.
be okay on it.
Yes.
They'll be okay on it. I just don't think it's definitely more EG there.
What I do like of these first two maps is that we're very likely to get a head-to-head of Jet v Jet, but it's going to be different than what we expected. Never mind, Prime Gaming Agent Select, some surprises here. Boostio on Chamber. We haven't seen him on this agent since 2022, but when EG was stepping up, he was great on it.
Why is Chamber pick not on our bingo card today? We missed out. We missed out.
Demon won on Astra as well, by the way. This is the second controller he's playing after the Fracture Brimstone. This guy, normally their Jet Star.
I'm worried that it could be a touch overcooking. You don't want to take your...
It's EG, man. You're going to doubt a special comp from them. They're so good in the prep department, and this might catch Edward off guard.
I think you might be right. I mean, this is really definitely pretty exciting. I mean, Boostio is going to be so crucial here for me on that Chamber. Can he find that high impact? Can he shut down the high octane players in Kong and Smoggy? I mean, we've seen what they can do on those duelists. We've seen that they can just run people over with them.
Kong versus Jojimo is going to be so exciting here on the two raises. Jaw has been insane. Kong's been insane. Shrine, get ready, because this one's going to be excellent.
I couldn't agree more, Mimi. Shrine, I need you to make some noise and get ready as we jump into this matchup. And let's send it over to your casters. It's Pansy and Hypoc.
Thank you so much. This is truly one of the hottest matches we have had so far. So much said leading up to this, but let's bring it in. Let's talk map veto. Start there for me.
Well, I mean, we'll park the agent composition for a moment here. But yeah, it's starting here on Split. I mean, EDG have a phenomenal record here.
They do.
Only loss being to Giants this year. And outside of that, obviously toppling PaperX and Team Liquid in Tokyo. So this is a curveball for EG to come out, start here in the veto, and also to bring out this composition.
The crowd's ready. The teams are ready now, seconds away. But remember, remind yourself, Split started EG's turnaround, dealing with Aspas, dealing with Loud, and propelling themselves to the likes of Tokyo and then back here at Champs. But this composition has me reeling. But we start now with EDG on the attack, EG on the defense, and a little set piece in middle.
Slow start here, but EG look well equipped. Flash comes out, actually Boostio 2. Shots landed, Yorgo will be the one to find the headshot to Kang. Reducing EG's numbers down to 4 very early on. And immediately EG pivot over towards Heaven to proactively clear the space outside ramp.
But it plays back in Jorg mode, and yeah, he gets dealt with swiftly. Now,
One's
you
on
gotta
an
look at Demon 1. He is so isolated. Can he buy time? Can he even create safety here? EDG are flooding towards the site. Cautious couple of steps here, and he remains unnoted. Checked on. Smoggy has him down. Perfect start, tilting this into a numbers favorable scenario for EDG. Plant soon to be had, and Howdong taking off Com's head. It's Boostio and it's Ethan left standing. Howdong, yes, down low, but still drawing all that attention. Boostio's fallen and Ethan's down. EDG start this off.
Recovering from conceding the first blood fantastically. Like I said, EG almost make the right decision, right? Proactively clearing just to make sure there's no lurk outside A, potentially Chichu or Howdong in that on Heaven there. And D1 makes a decision here that he stays on site. And it's very peculiar. You can see Com frantically trying to tag people with a snake bite just on the fallout to maybe play him in that situation, but it's a tall order to stand there, go 1v4.
Had the option to back away, opted against it. Boostio, ahead of the util. Could be challenged. It is a singular player though. Almost targeted here. Flash ready, but you can see them rescinding away, falling in towards sewer with a creep towards middle. Demon 1 spotted them. And it's not just him. Com trying to be played in off this. Do they keep that diligence? Not just yet. A right click and maybe a follow-up. He's trying it. He needs some help here. But smoked off. He's still standing. Finally dealt with. EDG getting the reins back in this round. The cavalry comes in, but it's too little, too late. Boostio would need some heroics here. No more shots left to play with. It's just the classic 3 stand. EDG do well in the second.
And Howdong does recover the Bulldog as well, so protecting as best they can through to the third. A confident start here. Another attempt here to proactively clear the lurk. Potentially, like I said, Chichu or Howdong in that situation outside A. We'll see if that trend does continue. See how actually the purchase will lie here. Might just be a Sheriff and a Ghost in hand for Smoggy and Howdong.
It's going to be somewhat light here.
I was going to say, expecting a little bit of pace to try and convert this, Lauren.
Again, if you're EG, you're praying this is a clean round. May not be the case. Let's see. How much damage, how much danger can EDG create? No subtlety towards middle. Willing to challenge. And look at Ethan forced away early on here. Made to respect this. Down on 25.
The second push through from EG. Demon 1 and Com tasked with holding down B side. Only one snakebite left, but Demon 1's still pretty healthy in terms of utility.
Oh, and it's this late lane. Look at this rotation we're seeing. Haodong is just bait. He is keeping 4 players enamored with him. They all want this. And at this point, look who it's going to come down to. Boostio.
So the TP actually safe in spawn here, so he's got a nice little off angle, maybe not expected.
This is nice. The wall reveals, respects it. Dips away, does a little bit of chip, not too much particularly, and you can already see EDG taking the site. They've got what they wanted. They're going to get a plant.
Problem being, can they find the kill though? I'll argue it's Kung in this position that poses the biggest risk, Lauren.
Boostio checked on, and they're getting close. They're getting a little audacious here, but held off with the spam, but time beginning to tick. Flash comes in, Chichu. Neron got caught by that, but keeps himself standing. They need to get moving here for EG, waiting out the util. Boostio forced away. Jorgamo trying to step on forward. First fight found, but the trade's there. Can only get one. Chichu on the swing. EDG, rip it up, EG. Just come alive, he's in his grave. EDG converting bonus.
And I was really concerned about EDG were going to convert this post plant into a kill. Some sort of pressure, because EDG are allowed to stack up behind this poison orb. There's little control towards heaven on the side of EDG, but it just comes down to chip damage, some key damage done ahead onto Boostio, I believe. Jorgamo tries to satchel out, doesn't amount to anything. EDG able to slow this down and control the post plant.
I get scared when I see him getting fired up as well. All of that talk beforehand.
Especially early on.
Yeah, you get him rolling early. And I mean, so far it's mostly been the Chichu show. The guy has been, pumping up those numbers, but confidence is key. You're going to see Sheriffs coming out, Stingers. Not without a little danger here, but we have to see if it's put to good use. And look at the patience from EDG. They are going to be sitting deep, hyper-passive hold.
EDG almost anticipating some sort of aggression here. Waiting for EDG to overstep the mark. Very slow default here. Spike not committed, still in sewers. Looks like the crunch onto mid. Yeah, could be devastating time for Boostio as he will fall. Not necessarily a big indicator as to EDG's plans towards the end of this. Still 60 seconds on the clock.
This could be, looks like the eventual goal will be that A site. 2 players, maybe the third. Slowly coming over. That's going to be Jorgamo, the last to bolster the numbers, but again, they are working with Sheriffs. Classic, it's still going to be quite tricky, and their clock has still got 40 seconds. They've got a little bit of time to play with.
Well, Common Jorgamo actually have Stingers here. Problem being, there's no snakebite to really make them do much more damage, as EDG just going to hop onto site. Common Ethan will fall, Jorgamo next in line, and it's just Demon 1 left. A Sheriff in hand. In the blink of an eye, Lauren, the site will fall.
It's so surgical. Full faith in the util, hyper-aggressive, very, very clean work. And now for Demon 1, formality, really, if anything. And EDG stamping their authority very early into this game. We are seeing looking like a very well-drilled side on here. The composure looks perfect. The reads have been good. Everything so far is a tick in the box for EDG.
Demon 1's going to give this up. Nobody hunting, but actually turns his back.
Timing on this. Oh, and the look back.
Yeah, he's rechecked.
Yeah, very nice.
Slowed down a little bit. Still trying to get away.
Oh, they're hunting him down. He can't get away. And Demon 1 not having the start he wanted here. Prime Gaming flawless coming through for EDG. As said, clinical in approach on that burst towards the A site.
And the concern being really, I mean, this is where we can start talking about the composition, right?
Yes.
Versus the double duelist, Boostio has to play so aggressive because it's not as if they can heavy anchor a site off utility or anything like that.
No.
This composition feels like it should be very proactive on the defense for EG. And it's very kill dependent, right? It's not, yes, you could argue the Viper and the Astra there, but with Demon 1 being the one to slot onto the Astra, there is a bit of a question mark there.
It certainly is. See how Demon 1 fares this time around. An adjustment, it looks quite clear-cut with 3 players posturing towards the B site.
Could be, now that the operator in hand for Boostio, maybe we'll set things in motion for him. Can play a little more aggressively.
Also just noting the ults here, Chi-Chu one off, obviously Kang just got his as well. And you have the knives in the back pocket for Smoggy. Nobody's still far away, and as is Howdong, but still, they have a lot to work with here. And it looks like the set piece, the barrel's shown. Demon 1 given an opportunity, he's not made the most. Oh, he denies it on the first. Eventually traded out with that rocket coming through, but Chi-Chu's lurk could be massive. Smoggy on the entry, he's taking down Combo, look at the site. They're still not quite able.
They're half in, half out.
Oh god, and Chi-Chu's timing. He could have done so much more damage. EG are fortunate to even have Ethan standing in this. EDG have got a wrap on this site perfectly.
Boostio. Hop in hand. We'll actually trade out here.
Oh, the timing of this!
Oh.
A second lease at life, and can he make anything of it? Nobody that wants to be checking. He's got the timing down pat. Ethan might just keep this up. It might be time to dip out from this. EDG are approaching this perfectly, Mike. I can't fault them so far.
Might even be time for an early timeout
I
here.
think it might be. I mean, very un-EG though. We know they have early game plans. We know normally it's the first 6 they're happy with. Is there going to be an adjustment here? Because I think they need it.
I tend to agree. Like I said, the operator coming in hand for Boostio should really be the turning point for EG to find their way back into some of these rounds. Doesn't come through here. Not seeing that same comfort from Demon 1 on the Astra that we do with the Brimstone on Fracture, for example.
Yes.
Even here, pulling the trigger very early on with the barrel shows. Still finds the punish on the showstopper, but it's traded out. And I think traditionally the plan being comms here on Rafters to be that second layer to slow down any sort of pop towards B site. But we're not seeing success around that just yet.
We're not, and everyone's starting to warm up for EDG. You can see the smiles creeping on the faces. We'll judge him play for Jorgamo. And a potential victim. They try and burst. No, Jorgamo slowed down enough here. And a fast-paced mid-piece. Smoggy wants to divide and conquer. 3 on the other side. Operator is there, and it's in the hands of Demon 1. No real escape for him. So this is a battle and a half here. Smoggy toying with his life, really, on this corner. A 3-play stack. Attention drawn towards B main. Do they even turn? Do they avert their eyes? So tentative, the swing, he's noted him, he's taken down, and oh, Kang on the follow-up, operator is gone, Smoggy catching Boostio too. Best made plans in tatters, yeah, Ethan can catch one, sure, but he's gonna need a whole lot more, and look at this, Chi-Chu has this round of wraps, oh, Kang, 0 respect coming through.
Planted.
Ethan returning the favor as well. We'll get this operator back in hand, 48 HP, but a 1v3, no chance of the retake coming through in EDG. They smell blood in the water.
Oh, they're circling. You can see him close in on in. Chi-Chu there, nobody as well. And Howdong just waiting out in middle. They're happy to commit Chi-Chu to this. Does Ethan get to survive? A prized possession to keep. Chi-Chu's closing in, round the corner, by Ethan, by operator. Hello, another for EDG. This is sophisticated dominance. And just to make sure, a shot to the body, and there it is. The timeout has come in.
And the reads have been so good from EDG so far.
Gorgeous.
Anticipating the aggression in a previous round. Here, the amount of time Smoggy's just waiting for somebody from EG to re-peak onto mid after that initial wave of pressure. Again, it's only really Com to commit to that early clearance, and what happens? Kung, he's there for the trade as well. Well, I'd say the trade, he's there to swing on and double down on it.
Yeah. The spacing was fantastic. Even at a loss of the first, he would have been able to trade pretty effectively. So EG have a strong hand here into the round coming, right? You're going to have Tour de Force, you're going to have plenty of ults. This is their biggest chance so far, but none of the players are particularly firing here. I think so far it's just Ethan with 3 kills leading the scoreboard. They're having no individual impact, call it that way. Whereas on the other side, I think it's a collective approach. Yes, Kang obviously a name to look at, but Chi-Chu's having his time. Smoggy's up there. Everyone has come in fired up.
Be curious to see if this is actually a round where we see an example of how they want to potentially employ Boostio here on the chamber, or dare I say something cooked up around Demon 1 on the Astra, but certainly hasn't come through here. opportunity of the ultimates opens up a load of opportunities for them. Even con one off the pit as well. 6 rounds unanswered so far. EDG with a stranglehold on this first half of split. Another round that looks like they're equipped to deal with some sort of aggression. Spike not committed just yet.
And Flash didn't catch. Didn't quite cross the corner far enough to note Chichu.
I was going to say, but it gets Boostio on a very deep angle. Now, we haven't seen success from the operator. Do we see anything from the tour de force?
Yeah, but look at the other side too. You think it might be just Chichu? It's not. It's Kang there too. Waiting for this. It's a patient game between the two of these. Who blinks first, really? EDG are happy to take their time. We've seen those beautifully crafted hits. They've been doing incredibly well. They're trying to maybe pose that thought that there is pressure in middle, but it is only one. That slow creep back towards A. The Seekers are highly indicative of this A piece. Boostio still here. Kang on the other side, and Kang's got him! What a peach of a shot! Boostio embarrassed on that one.
I mean, the fundamentals just look so good from EDG so far. The jump peak, the bait out as well to pull the first shot. Kang finds it. Boostio will fall. EDG once again looking to explode behind that. Jorgamo with a showstopper on the other side of the map.
Still, look at this pressure. EDG just with a stranglehold on EG. There's no safety. There's nowhere to run and hide. EG are getting bullied in these rounds. Demon 1 on the B site, million miles away. He's going to keep that gun, hopefully. EDG are playing to another level right now.
Unfortunately, EDG just haven't shown up in any of these rounds. Yes, they're being ripped apart by some of these setups, but we haven't really seen whether or not it is a commitment towards a late rotation, re-clearing mid after they get contact on one of the sites, but there's so many casualties falling ahead of the spike being planted here that EG don't even really have the recovery factor in these rounds.
No,
as if they have something to claw onto to get themselves back in.
I want to see what that gear shift would be. I mean, they had the timeout. I didn't see a huge switch up. Maybe I missed it. But again, I want to see if there's a gear shift in them here. What do they have? Because EDG are tearing this game away from them, and they don't look particularly phased yet. I don't think we've seen a fully competitive round, if I'm completely honest. As you noted, those early attempts coming out.
This is just so...
damn.
Look how well constructed that is. And you can't even fault Boostio in that situation.
Not really. I mean, the whole team is tailor-made. Look at these!
This is without the Trailblazer, without the Boombot. It's, like I said, fundamentally, so far, EDG are just a cut above. And yeah, Potter can barely believe it.
What are you meant to do with that? What are you meant to do? Pound for pound, he's being played in. His teammates are perfectly setting them up for these successful rounds. And another attempt here, Boostio. This time, not going to get cleared by the dog. But a familiar foe on the other side. Ethan trying to play him in potentially. Dealt with very quickly, did not get the full information. Boombot going to make things uncomfortable now.
Forced out, TP.
How many times?
Back towards safety. Again, they've almost noted now that actually there was a setup towards mid. Don't necessarily catch the timing in terms of the window towards B, but problem being, Demon 1's found one.
And he's going to keep his life. Yes. Doesn't get traded. And now Boostio's here. Demon 1. Nasty on the pill. Oh. Boostio with a double. Much better. Demon 1 is there. Lovely synergy. Finally, they slip back into a nice little crossfire. Make them work for their dinner. And Chichu is claimed first for EG.
I said EDG have an opportunity here to do what they've done previously. Feel out the stack, feel out a little bit of pressure. Or EG at least trying to dig their heels in somewhere and look to explode on the back of that. This time around, missed that window of opportunity on B. A beautiful collapse from Boostio. That's Smoggy's hand that gets tagged on the first there. Feels bad for him.
There we go, they're breaking... Well, they've broken a little of that momentum, but they have to double down on this, right? It can't be a one-time thing. EDG have been playing near on perfect Valorant to this point. Can they note where Boostio is again? He's going to certainly note there is presence. Cross made. Divide going up too. So it's on Boostio.
That's pulled the rotation.
Everyone.
Look at the minimap here.
Oh my god. I thought Boostio was going then as well. And that's going to really confirm it. Add that real dedication to this. But Boostio's not convinced. And look on the other side. The man of the hour, the man of the moment, waiting. That wall drops. Suddenly there's danger. Boostio feels it. But can he control it? Ah, Jorgamo though, finding middle. That's huge. They've dealt a deadly blow, but so's KanKang. A site's open. He gets there in time and he wants to control more. Oh my god, Ethan denies. Okay, they get a step back on the site. The spike's still here. Nobody's working on the B site. Do they rotate?
They think this is a double pump. Ethan's actually headed back towards A. Haldong tucked into ramp with the spike. I mean, can they even regroup it? Nobody has a lot of ground to cover. Still a little bit of time to work with.
25. Ethan starting to drift back towards heaven. I think you're going to hear these audio cues now. 15 seconds. One flash works, the other going to draw the fire. 13 seconds now. They've got to make that spike work. Nobody. No way! He's got another. And now it's Haldong against Ethan. One of the best chances so far that EG have had, and it might just slip down to the 1v1. One flash for Ethan. And Haldong gives himself a second. The draw! Haldong! Ethan crumbles under the pressure as EDG rack up another.
Lauren, they're running rings around them here. EG just have no idea what's going on in this round. Again, the Cosmic Divide goes up. The flash behind it confirms Jorgamo. 2 massive kills in mid here. Such an awkward engagement at the end there.
You just don't see that sort of fumble from Ethan either normally. He is your rock. You know what
Okay.
He's giving it, and why not?
Okay.
I mean, you do have EG on the ropes here. As said, Ethan is normally so solid.
On the ropes, they've drawn a second Potter timeout in the first half.
That's saying something.
That's saying something.
We barely normally see timeouts for EG. They're happy to run those early rounds near onto the grave, but here they need it. They need something. One round ain't enough. What's going on?
You talked about as well coming into that series versus Loud, where it felt like the first time where they figured out how they wanted to change things for the team internally, but the game plan here hasn't even really got off the ground. No. EDG haven't given them any room to breathe in this first half of Split. Unfortunately, we come in here, round 10. It's not comfortable in terms of the old cycle. The finances are a million miles away for EG. They're going to have to concede potentially another, unless maybe they can get something going on the back of Boostio. On the side of things, EDG, I mean, they could have bought out for the rest of the half a long time ago.
Yeah, they're golden. I'm just so thoroughly impressed by EDG. We've seen kind of, you know, the individual heroics from that side, absolutely, but right now we are seeing probably one of the best drilled sides here. The way they are approaching this game is honestly gorgeous.
And it's not just brute force, it's showing some of the structure, some of the reads that they have. It's been beautiful to watch, Lauren.
How many times have they found Boostio? How many times have they dismantled these little setups? And again, forced away. There are layers to this. The pressure's starting to mount towards middle.
Look at the bodies here.
KanKang's away. He's going to drift off this, maybe feeling out that pressure. Yeah, they definitely read this stack.
Chichu's still expecting maybe some proactivity outside A.
Here.
EG just a little shallow on the clearance. I don't think they got confirmation, but it's given the information across to EDG to once again make a decision. EG are scrambling to rotate towards A.
Okay, right place.
Again, the weaponry is the big concern next.
Absolutely. Feng Shou goes in, and it's Ethan with the classic to take down KanKang, and Boostio on the follow-up. Hold on. What happened during this timeout? Suddenly they're digging in a little deeper, but there's still room, there's still time, 40 seconds. Flash will note there is someone towards ramp, but where are they going?
Boostio's about to re-challenge here. I mean, nobody's got the spike. They slip away. Demon 1 unnoted as of yet. Haldong desperately looking to fish him out, though.
He's going to be getting the call now. And
Demon 1's not spotted it.
This position, is it more than one? But maybe Demon 1, it is! Oh, 3! The triple for Demon 1! Holds down the B site, keeps a little hope alive for EG.
That's what you want to see from your late round anchor, especially on a thrifty round. Beautiful stuff from him. And such a crucial snake bite to set this in motion for Ethan to find the first with a classic. Boostio are able to capitalize from that. And Demon One barely breaking a sweat to close that out with a 3-piece for the MasterCard Thrifty.
Got to do it again though. This was still on, you know, on a knife's edge here. EDG going back in now, still on the bite, still with enough in the pocket. And an early feint towards middle. Not much commitment behind it yet. Maybe on the secondary attempt they'll commit.
I'm trying to apply a little pressure towards Heaven here, but EG haven't necessarily bitten on it.
I'm in panic stations. They have Heaven control. They're going to have a little pressure through on ramp. This is a lot to handle for Jorgamo, Ethan, and Boostio. Chichu starting to test things. Demon One's dealt with Kangkang again. That backline threat has been removed, so eyes turn towards the A site. This time they're holding on stronger. This time EG are trying to handle EDG as Chichu, the last one standing. Spike not in hand, and Ethan, he's got to be clean now. Does he have that control back in place? Chichu on 62 HP. That's another attempt. Not today. Ethan stabilizing, as have EG.
That one round sets EG into recovery mode and a chance here to close out by some divine miracle an 8-4 half.
How could it doesn't even feel like that was potential.
Absolute madness.
A secondary timeout really correcting what was going wrong, but here again, lovely work from Demon One to be that stability on the other side of the map.
And a tiny synergy here as well. The satchel out from Jorgamo.
Double up. I think I'm seeing a double up.
Yeah.
Demon One and Boostio both running this now. And Smoggy's got a huge chance of overwhelming towards the A side. It's only Ethan here, and we said he's stabilized, but this is a tall task if they continue on this pathway. Does have his Seekers if he feels a little uncertain. Boostio's coming over. They've lost a lot of ground here, Mike.
They have. Trap spotted as well. I don't think anybody from EDG can really go forward and deal with that, but EG have preemptively rotated across, but difference being Spike semi-committed here at least.
Yeah.
Nobody can't really fall or have it noted. You see Kangkang and Haldong elsewhere on the map.
Oh, that time Boostio starting to connect now. Kangkang reveals maybe the other part of the plan here, potentially trying to punish someone going for information in middle, but he doesn't get what he wants. The Seeker's going to be telling the picture, painted in front of their eyes.
This looks like the first round where actually EDG have a total misread on the situation. You can try and scramble to hit towards B,
Demon One's still here. He's not been moved off this, so B main is safe. It's Heaven that's the problem.
An operator not noted yet either.
Big info, that's 2, 3 players seen. Boostio wants to go back in, but is Con waiting. Catches them as they drop down towards Hell, but Chichu still doing damage. Oh, and Haldong finally appears. 2v2, Jorgamo on pillar, looks to the right, looks to the left. He's surrounded, he needs help, and right now he's dead. 14 seconds, and Ethan couldn't get there in time. So close, they have no idea. Ethan, he paused for thought, and it was the right choice. And the 1v1, the plant's going in. He's got 2 flashes. Chichu,
he missed the plant!
Ethan's gonna live, and he does! Chichu fumbles in the last second!
He came off the plant!
Was he trying to outplay Ethan, test his metal again, or simply a mistake?
Oh my word. He had the pit as well.
That could have been GG. I mean, was he trying to catch Ethan on the push-up, or did he fumble it? I want to watch this. What?
Wait.
Huh?
Well, I mean, he didn't react on the player cam either, but...
That... Okay, we've got some questions here. Ethan will take it. He's like, yeah, sure, give us the 4th, but that's left us with a couple more questions going forward. But the answers we want to hear from for now will be coming from Kangkang in just a second.
吧，因为我们上次就算是输给了 PRX， 但是我们仍然觉得我们是能够赢下来 Giants 的，因为我们打 PRX 的时候，队内的沟通、队内的状态啊什么的，是比第一次面对 Giants 是好的，所以说这一次的2-0，其实我们是有感觉的。其实我认为是球这名选手其实上限很高吧，就那种无极限的感觉，所以说我感觉球就能够更进一步吧。 但是有一句话不得不说，球球想抢走我的 MVP， 所以说他今天跟我击拳的时候，在最后一场赌用的特别用力。At Fracture one map, he win the clutch, then he just.
Smoggy up top is going to put it into a 1v2. And this is the man you'd want in that scenario, but both players up above, a flash ready. Dodges it! Truly unbelievable!
我都可以很友善，但是在赛场上我就要释放出我那一团劲。我不仅是为了我自己，也是为了我的队友。所以说，我在赛场上，我把所有东西都视为敌人。我这次的感觉就是跟 Master 不一样嘛，就是 Master 拿了一次8强，但是我们在冠军赛上一次的表现还是在16强就淘汰了吧。算我们在顶级的赛事里面，我们能让全世界知道，我们不是被高估的。
4-8, and it feels like a miracle that EG even made it to 4. EDG came out all guns blazing. It was a perfect beginning, but 2 timeouts and a little life left in them, there was a chance. They've given themselves a window of opportunity.
And coming into the second half now, EG, in terms of the initial game plan, has to be executed perfectly because they have no timeouts here. There's no chance for a pause for thought to catch their breath. EG with a massive pace change here, Lauren.
Oh, but look at the stack. Whoa! Oh, he's been dismantled. Only one goes down. The Boombox follows up. Kang's gone. The stack is dealt with, but Smoggy is not. He's still running rampant in middle and leaving the player advantage with EDG. And they pause. They've taken a second here. They want to try and figure out, maybe let the dust settle for a second. Ethan still has the spike. Com has a good position, and he might have just heard that drop down in the vents. Plant going to be coming through, but for Com, he has to be good for one and survive, and he's done exactly that.
Open plant as well, so EG can send another player back towards ramp. It looks like it might be Com's initial plan here. This is tricky.
The timing.
Yeah, Smoggy's got to stay here.
I think Smoggy's onto it a little bit here. Flash is there for Ethan. Lovely from Com. And it's all on Chichu, who has been monstrous in that first half. 13 kills. But this is a lot to do. Trying to draw out the players, but 1 bullet ain't much. And they ain't playing into this. Com is playing patient. Valorant sitting pretty. No easy kill to be had. Ethan, ringer Rosie, toying with him and puts him out of his misery. EG claimed the first in the second.
Played to perfection by Com. Like I said, dropping off from rafters there, re-wrapping towards ramp. And Smoggy, like I said, has the right read to stay up here, noting that it is potentially an open plant or a plant towards heaven. Unfortunately, a crucial kill goes in the way of Com. At that point, I mean, it's unrecoverable for Chichu. There's just no scenario where Com's ever going to lose this from heaven. So, ticking the box for EG to kick off the second half. Pissed around on the board. Kung.
What? What's he got there?
He's got a bucky. He's on that YZ hype train, I guess.
Oh, Lord, he's not.
Oh, it's a beautiful skin as well.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's playing in the bucky.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think EG think there's something weird in middle.
Yes.
I don't like it. There's something off. I think we'll go away. Just slowly creeping over. And probably rightly so. Kang away in there is a terrifying aspect to consider. And I mean, look at B main. Look what would have happened if they'd gone there. A horrific little setup waiting. But right choice made here for EG so far. Haven't quite sped up enough to truly take towards the site. There are going to be players on towards ramp trying to capture that back line. And timing's going to be everything. I think they've seen it, and they have. Com deals with it well. You can see Chichu trying to maybe have a secondary go at this. Not going to happen. Bulldog's there. Very hard to break even with just that ghost. It was mostly on if they maybe fell into the trap that EDG were trying to set with that Bucky. Paint shell is there for Kang, so he can be a nuisance. This is going to take a lot to break. There's the paint shell. Oh, does not go where he wanted.
There was a paint shell.
Yep. A little bit of redecorating over by Ram. Nice shot from Smoggy, but look at the HP. Down to 4. Not going to get much more out of this one. And Boostio taking the space is held on the hunt. Inevitable. EG pivot very well there, Mike. They managed to navigate away from the storm.
I mean, not just there, but I come back to the same thing. That one thrifty round. And somehow, with EG kicking off the second half, as you would hope, they're only 2 rounds away.
Oh, here's the test, isn't it? Right, this is the big one to start with. This is a.
I mean, this is to equalize, basically.
Yeah.
And it's looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, yeah. Boostio's got Vandal out. We've got, Com still on the Bulldog as well. Could have a chance of this, but for EDG, this is the one you want to take away, right? This is the big one that you want to do the damage on to try and course correct, push that scoreline further out of the potential of EG's hands. Now, Smoggy's been nasty in middle, and again, this crunch is set up here. Do EG continue in this line of thought? Or do they avert again? They've been testing these waters. They haven't fallen for it particularly yet. Jorgamo's in a little bit of trouble here.
He's tanking that.
And he gets a... Wait, they're backfilling this space. Look at the timing on this. Has Kankan read this? He's sticking around a little later. There's a chance. He's thinking about it.
Aware of the possibility.
Yeah, just for a second. But we've seen the intonation, those the approach from EG has been leaning towards A after that middle pressure, but this is a new layer, this is a new adjustment. Kankan is on a platter. He looks so vulnerable! And EG strike! They've isolated and dominated, but nobody ahead. Plays ahead of the flash and catches both. Big trade from Jorgamo. Spike back in hand, and Boostio is on bodyguard duty. He has to keep CT safe for the cross, and he has. Spikes on the site.
Chance here. EDG to maybe get some pressure in, but everyone's coming from screens. Jorgamo tagged up. Boostio trying to hold the line here in elbow.
Here we go. EDG first steps. Forced to show a little more. Boostio going to be falling back further as Demon 1 waiting. Striking, takes down Chichu. This could be huge. Oh, Mouse will jump for Demon 1. It doesn't matter. He's back on track. And EG back to shooting bodies.
And now just 1 round away. Started with 6 unanswered for EDG. EG come back and find 6 of their own across the half break as well. Sheriffs for EDG here. No ultimates available, 1 off the Blade Storm, but the pendulum swings now and EG are the ones in control. And a chance to equalize here.
There. We know that EG have to kind of retain this form. They don't have timeouts. They can't depend on Potter's input.
Like I said, the game plan has to be executed perfectly this half.
Yeah,
if there's any curveballs, any adaptation that EDG come in that really, really puts pressure back on EG, you've got to be concerned about that situation. I mean, a lot of it then rides on Boostio.
Yeah, it does. EDG, you feeling a little interested in middle this time, but Ethan, right place for it. Oh, the timing.
Back-to-back rounds where there's just been half a second. He's coming back through.
Oh, the brawl, and Smoggy connects it so nicely. Ethan's gone. That's a rifle in hand. Kankang's got it as well. Oh, and Smoggy's bursting off the back. Wait, EDG turning up in this round. Boostio battered, and Jorgamo, last one alive, like, hey, if we don't have a buy, we're going to take yours instead. Jorgamo, show me some magic. 40 seconds, 4 to find. Challenger. Take it down. Okay.
Chill down.
Yeah, lead EG. Oh, it's Chichu. The backbone of this side. Holding strong here, turning the tables. EG lost grip for a second, and look what happens.
I mean, if that MasterCard Thrifty has the same impact as the one in the first half did, that's a concern. Again, just half a second either way. The previous round, the snakebite ticking away on Jorgamo just as EDG drift away. Ethan turns his back for just a second.
That's going to be heartbreak. Yep. Yeah, there's some polarizing emotions. Yep. You know, you've done him dirty with that. As I said, Ethan, if he stuck there for 10 more seconds, different round altogether. Maybe Smoggy still hit the shot, but we don't know that. But look at what we do know. Jorgamo's walked middle. No challenge for Smoggy. He's thinking about it, yeah. He's felt something. He's heard maybe a step. He's considered it off the U-tilt. But they're just going to prop up Jorgamo for now. And look at the rest of the map here. Trying to be played in. Not sure if Smoggy got noted falling back this far, but they do know that heaven's clear.
So EG might try and regroup outside A here, but as I say that, actually, despite crossing his paths, Seeker's invested. Just It's not necessarily a big indicator, but will make EDG maybe believe there's 2, potentially 3 people outside A.
But
as EG, are drifting towards B, but problem being Smoggy on a deep position.
This is everything on Smoggy. Oh, this
Gonna
man's back.
dash.
Yeah, did he get spotted here? Com seems unaware, but he somehow gets his gun out in time. The layers crumble, and EG get the open floodgates towards B. They got drawn into it, they're baited into it, and they still win out the fight. This should be 8. Chichu, Kang, nobody, a lot to work against, a lot of ground to cover, and a lot to clear. Do they even go for it?
No. No.
Pulling the plug on that.
Purchase is semi-protected as well with Haldon and Smoggy's finances, but just, I guess, a slight miscalculation here with the setup. Smoggy, no dash, he's the one on the deeper angle. You almost want Haldon to be the one baiting a little bit of contact for him to play Smoggy in, but I don't even think Haldon's jump peeking this. He's certainly not shouldering the angle. Tiny mistake in the setup. And Com, very diligent on the clearance initially.
And I don't know if that was because of how much was cleared by Ethan's dog towards Heaven, that there was nothing noted there, that the pressure from the Seekers coming in, was it not necessarily expected but considered? It felt like it was. So really nice information placing together. And again, the question is, do EDG pump the brakes? Yep, they absolutely do. So timeout for them. They have the option still to play with, right? They've been stopped here.
You take that, though, if it's round 18 to call your first timeout. Yep.
And to be fair for them, they get Potter to talk as well now.
Yes. Yeah.
Big check back in for them.
So there is an adjustment here now coming out for EDG. I'm surprised I haven't made that mistake yet. It's going to happen.
EDG.
EGG.
Come on,
Egg.
yeah, GG. Egg. We were always going to be screwed on this, let's be honest.
But the concern being if EDG have any other set pieces, trap plays they want to try and cook up here. So I haven't necessarily seen them rely on that too much. I only really had the play back in round 16, but EG doing wonders to build back into this map.
I'm genuinely quite impressed with the resilience.
I felt like this was going to be a 25-minute map.
I thought we were out of here. I was going to start planning lunch, dinner. Absolutely
Could still
not.
catch lunch, yeah.
That's true. But genuinely, I think this is what we deserved in this. I think all of us saw this matchup coming in, and you wanted the best from both sides. Now, bear in mind, if EDG are able to kind of turn up a little bit here, turn up the pressure a little bit more, then we've got an absolute belting series. Because, again, EG aren't even with them yet. They're still one away from tying this series up. But look at the trend. Look at that run-arounds. This is another defining one here. No ults to depend upon for EDG. On the other side, yes, Com has his, but 2 used very recently, Jorgamo and Demon Ones.
Actually, protecting a purchase behind this as well with the judge coming through. Actually passed across the Smoggy. EG will have back-to-back purchases here. So maybe why they're playing this a little more passively. Yeah, Smoggy going to tuck himself in with the judge.
But I like that because we saw Jorgamo exploit this in just that round prior. Yes, highlighted by the Seekers, but he got given this amount of freedom. So a good read and potentially a death sentence if he drops down. Will he clear it with a boombot? Will he still be diligent enough to do it? Does he want to stay unnoted? Yeah, hello again. Are they closing in on Jorgamo? That's death. That's death.
Don't do it.
Trying to bait out the drop near on, but no one answering it yet. No one pulling the trigger. And they're just trying to work out this puzzle.
Jorgamo is on an island. Nobody just... A little overzealous.
There's still Smoggy. He's toying with him.
He's actually cleared under the first rope with the satchel.
That's actually so sick. Haldong next on the chopping block, and Jorgamo is clean with it. Did he spot the player on the side? No, he didn't, so Chichu gets a second lease of life. A chance to follow up towards Com, a little isolated.
Oh my God!
It's stunning from Chichu. This is his site. He's making it work, and he's got support. Demon 1 in a 1v2, 13 seconds. What can this man do? We know he is nasty with it, but so is Gang. It's 10. It's double digits found. EDG back in control.
Chichu with an insane 3K to hold the fort, bailing EDG out. Because again, it's going to be if Chichu falls here at the first hurdle, maybe even getting traded out after Jorgamo, EDG can just swarm site. It's another situation where
What the?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Nice having a little tricast with Potter.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's a good chorus.
She's killing it. Who'd have thought it? 8 to 10 though.
She can take the fine.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Pacey. And this time Jorgamo stopped. And Smoggy. He's still going. Kang's there. They are destroying him. EG trying to come out. Looking confident. Left in a massacre in middle. With Demon 1 and Ethan a mile away, they're still over by B main. They still have so much work to do, and Chichu has 100% spotted them.
There's to slow things down once again here.
Oh.
Whoop.
Okay.
It's Demon 1 to find it.
A minute. Kang on the site with an operator. One flash, and a missed shot. An opportunity. Seekers coming through. Is this really going to happen? Eventuality feels that nobody will get here, but he's not there yet. The Seekers should show enough.
Problem being, look at Demon 1. He's actually staying late. Ethan's solo pushing the side.
Get out of it, get out of it. Are you serious, Ethan? This is so dangerous. And the timing on this, look at where Demon 1 is pathing to. Look at the timing on this. Ethan is just a distraction. If he gets the spike down, that's perfect. But it's so much pressure. Demon 1 from the depths of hell takes out Smoggy. And now the 2v2. But again, remember, nobody. Ethan, are you seriously considering this? Absolutely turns around at the right time. Howdong's trying to clear through. They're trying to slip away. They've got 70 seconds.
There's no time.
They have to commit. They have to commit. Where do they clear? Is it CT? Is it B main? 10 seconds now, make your mind up. Plant gonna come in. Demon 1 has to keep him safe here. And for EDG, they're starting to build back through. Howdong first fight. He's got it. It's all on Demon 1. And he's getting aggressive. Demon 1 fully unleashed. Bulldozes in. Takes out Howdong. Claims a little bit of safety in CT. But he's got nobody on the other side. No flash there just yet. But this would be insane. Demon 1 alive and well. Back to business. Turning a 2v5.
That is one of the wildest Red Bull clutches I think we've seen so far.
The way they move around the map, Mike.
Call it a clutch, but between him and Ethan, the timings, it's another example, just a half second here and there.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker too for EDG.
Demon 1 slips the net to backstab Heaven.
At that point as well.
It's just unbelievable.
Okay, we got ults though, EDG. Wait, where's Kang just been to get this damage? Was that just a bit of spam catching maybe? Down to 53, very early on. Now, I guess the redeeming factor of this is, yes, he can get healed up, and he did have the operator, so he will be back to 100.
He hasn't taken a shot, so he wasn't necessarily noted in terms of the op, so maybe it was just spam as soon as the barrier dropped.
It feels like EG, unless they navigate through Heaven or something of the such, you're going to look to end A here. With the Viper's Pit committed to B main this early. There are players behind this though. They're not just leaving it down to 1. It's certainly not just Chichu's show over towards B. Howdong in a lovely complementary position with Smoggy as well, who does have the knives out. And EG are on red alert here.
Have no access through Garage. Demon 1 still tucked outside the pit right now. I don't know he was going to hang around, but it might just be a death ball through mid by the looks of things. Is Com coming across to maybe counter pit?
Let's see.
He absolutely is.
Here we go.
It doesn't spread as far though. Still gives Chichu a little pocket to play inside.
They've got to be noting that. They've got to be aware of that. But the burst towards Heaven is being slowed down again. Look at this stall coming out here, but can Howdong deal with them? He absolutely can on the front line, but the second, not enough. Smoggy, explosive, takes down one, can't get the second. 10 seconds now. There is still Chichu on the site. There is still that pocket to play in, and there is still a player towards Heaven. Comms cleared it, and now you can see EG trying to come alive, but the timing on this, the plant just about comes in.
Got paint shell to work with here.
It's Kang, come on. Oh, what are you doing? Ethan, how dare you disrespect this man? You don't get to have that sort of peak. And now can he find Com? Kang, given the name of the beast from the east for a reason, but not today. Put back in his cage at 10 to 10, tied up.
These rounds are just unbelievable.
They could go anywhere. Oh, a second time. They've pump the brakes.
And we've seen a couple of instances with, I don't want to call it overheating, but a few oversteps from EDG. Feeling as if they have the read on the pacing and looking to try and disrupt that maybe, but it's resulting in EG punishing them. I mean, the play here from Com, the counter pit is huge.
Let's go!
Because it actually removes Chichu's late round position to anchor from as well. Like in the situation where EG come through, find the plant, and they're basically huddled onto site. They have to take Heaven or Spawn on the back of that, and neither of those are particularly good options. So Com basically flips this one on the back of his ultimate. Beautiful stuff.
We're seeing really high quality Valorant right now. It genuinely is such a treat to watch between these two. It's incredible, genuinely incredible. What a fantastic start. Now, with this last timeout burn, this is the last check-in for the rest of this map.
Yeah, I feel like this is a crack of the whip, honestly. It's 10-10. There's nothing really to invest here. We did see an attempt earlier for EDG to try and play through with a judge and try and protect a further purchase, but it's amounted to nothing as we enter round 21 now. EG, firmly in control.
But I'm pretty sure this could be the first time they're actually in the lead in all of those rounds. Been working from those back
Don't show me another Thrifty. I can't take another one.
There's a Stinger, there's bits and pieces, enough here to cause a threat. Now, this is going to be a patient round to begin with. EG need to check the entire list. Cross the T's, dot the I's, go through it all. Chichu wants to try and be a little bit different. Maybe try and switch things up here. But Demon 1 seems very aware of the chance. There's 3 players behind him.
Yeah. Stacking bodies up here, EG. Looking to mitigate the risk as best they can.
There we go, Chichu. Lovely. Head of the flash there. Boostio going to be punished, not going to get the follow-up. And Howdong couldn't quite chorus it. So he has to fall away. Stall comes in, Seeker's getting slowed down, finally allowed to kind of highlight how many were on this B site. Catching one towards middle. And be Smoggy forced off here. It was just a classic. But again, he does still have that Bucky if they dare draw in. I'm a little nervous about this.
I'm very concerned if EG don't make a move in the next 15 seconds. With the Cosmic Divide going up, makes me believe they will.
Yeah, let's see. Dog to go forward. Hello, there's a flying player, and we know who's waiting. Kang tries to do something a little unorthodox, to say the least, but the site is still not cleared. Howdong is here, 24 seconds. It's getting a little dicey. There's players on the other side, and the Bucky is in one's hands. Oh, taking off the spike plant. This is where it gets dangerous. Can Smoggy be the threat? No, he cannot. EG finally getting themselves in the lead.
And I'm concerned actually of where the finances lie behind this EDG purchase. This is potentially EG hitting map point. I say that the purchase it won't be a full purchase, but I'm concerned about maybe the gaps in utility because we're not close to some key ultimates here. We do have Howdong on the Cosmic Divide.
Double up.
Double up. Okay.
Oh, this is costly. What? You've got a tour de force to play against too. It's Kang.
Maybe this is their answer to the tour de force, is to try and get 2 scopes of their own. You're right, it's a roll of the dice, Lauren.
Again, EG's protocol list has to be robust here. Boostio is going to take mid control, but we know that on the other side, Kang's waiting. Deeper angle. Not that shaky aim that makes you question yourself, but holds well. You can see the lean, but the timing on this, now it's only Com they noted, so not truly going to be telling too much. You could see almost that rotation coming out there from Howdong, but second guesses it. And this 3-2 split looks now like it will be committing. Now that should be a second player, as Com, now you've just seen a Sky Flash. You've just heard the satchels as well. This is 3 players building towards the A site, and you can see the EDG pushing up a little deeper towards
Surely
ramp.
not.
Boostio, he didn't pull the trigger, he doesn't quite know. Somehow evades that. And it looks like it's this A finish coming through.
Nobody's in a very, very risky spot here. Potentially looking to play inside the smoke.
Nobody, he's pushed ahead. what is this position? 17 seconds, they've got to make a go of it, and nobody's got one. Chi-Chu's position is devastating, catching so many, but now they have the sight, but it's fallen onto the likes of Ethan. We're looking towards what's going to be standing.
Wait.
What a read from Ethan! Dominates towards heaven! And Com sending him down to hell. And Smoggy, the last alive here. Operator, yes, in play, but what's he meant to do with it? And look at Com. Look at Com's positioning. There's no way. There is no way he expects it. EG making it up to 12, taking themselves towards map point.
How is Ethan living there?
How's he
getting a kill?
How's he getting the kill?
The paint shell ever so slightly off from Kung Kung to potentially punish the plant behind that as well. I mean, after what initially, look, what is that?
One enemy remaining.
And this is after Ethan had a shaky first half. We saw him, those nerves were there, and it was so uncharacteristic of the rock of EG, basically. But now, what a different look. And this could be so defining.
And the byproduct of those double operators, a Bulldog and a Judge here in round 23 with EG on map point. No proactivity once again from EDG. They have to rely on EG walking into them. Chi-Chu actually, yeah, no snake bites. She's very concerning in terms of maybe slowing down one of these mid pushes, Lauren. As I said, is he looking to probe across the map here? Trailblazer does actually spot inside Mail. I'm not sure if he spotted two, but definitely tagging one, yeah. Smoggy's rifle no shield, I didn't even see that.
It's not a pretty purchase.
Nobody's going to have to go huge once again here.
He's so close. This could work. Maybe it is a Judge. That is the spike. They're in a smoke. And the constriction around the side. Can gets caught. Nobody still holds the line. He will not let them pass. They can't make it forward. Demon One trying to make it through. But nobody denies him again. Com now in a 1v4 and his HP is disastrous. EDG somehow digging deep enough to get us up to nearly OT.
Oh my God. Just when you think it can't get any worse in some of these rounds. Nobody just absolutely farming outside this smoke.
Almost. Oh my God, look at the buy.
Yeah,
Look at this buy.
yeah.
It's a
I
stinger,
don't want
it's a
to.
Judge. It looks like pace is the answer. But Chocobo can be made vulnerable. He's got to be so careful.
He's so
now.
spammable.
46. Oh, he's gone down. Nobody. Perfect punish. They'll slip through in middle, but when do they consider it? How much room do they get with this Boostio? Trying to make the best of a bad situation. But they've already fallen away from heaven. EDG know better than that. And Demon One could be walking to his death if he goes to the mailroom. Look who's there. Look what he's got. You don't want to go this way. This is Kankangs all day of the week. They're down to 3. Boostio still with that stinger. It's so far from ideal. No safety either. No good start. No great position to lean on. And Smoggy getting curious. Might swing that pillar. Boostio, the timing.
Hang
the
on.
timing. Boostio, can you do it? He's taken down one. Ethan got nobody. It's game back on in a 2v3. But they still need more. 50 seconds. Support's on the way. You can already see him flying over. Boostio got Smoggy. But it's all on Boostio. He's fallen. 12 to 12. It's OT. And this game damn well deserves it.
Switching sides. Overtime.
I feel like we've been going a week already.
I don't want to leave. Mate.
This is such an outrageous map.
One enemy remaining.
And even there's a scenario where EG potentially flipped that round. We saw a 2v5 earlier, this one a 3v5. But EDG convert round 24, send us into our first overtime, Lauren.
Oh, this is going to be one of those games
And
to
it's
be
fitting.
remembered. It truly is. Both teams showing such resilience to get here. And Origi, okay, I thought they might have been doing something a little curious towards middle, but they've just played it out as per. Boostio there with the operator, deciding to invest in towards it. And patience. Name of the game for EDG, slowly creeping closer.
Flash to force Boostio away, but operator not necessarily noted just yet. No confirmation on the back of that. Kung desperate to pin down Jorgamo. No harm, no foul.
EDG have won the fight for middle at least. They've given themselves an avenue, right? They've carved a path through this map. They are leaning towards a side that has 3 players on it. The Spike is yet to be convinced into this.
Well, Con would have heard that. I was curious if it baits Jorgamo back into a peak on Heaven, but he's staying on rafters right now.
They're looking like they might pivot. I'm still watching that Spike.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Howdong now heading towards sewers. You can tell now that all this utility is actually planting the seed of doubt in EG's mind.
Boostio.
They're in such committed positions as well, Lauren.
How long does he stay here? Oh, he's seen one.
He's legged him.
He caught him. Howdong down to 30. But now they know the plan. Now they see what's up. And look at the flying in. Boostio! He finds one. Kang, fabulous trade. And the sight for Com on the back lines. How's he gone here? 15 seconds and a 3v3. They've got the time on their side for EDG. But now the positions closing on in. Jorgamo's getting there. Chichu, the timing on this. Creeping a little deeper towards Heaven. They have no idea.
Is that a pocket to play in?
It looks like it.
That's disgusting.
Demon One's considering something's up. He doesn't like it. Something's off, but they're focused towards Pillar. That's a problem for another second here. Just as Chichu turns, it's all about timing. Demon One, he goes down, a bullet to the side of the brain, and now Com with so much work. Attack and the frag to follow. But time is ticking, Mike. They gotta get moving, and EDG are not letting them, taking back the lead.
Switching sides. Match point.
I mean, Boostio, it's like some kind of sick aim labs routine here. Still gets one. Smoggy falls. He's traded out. Com goes full imposter in the backlines. But EDG, this first wave is able to convert the site control into a plant. Chichu gets into a deadly spot. Almost caught by Jorgamo, by the way.
Yeah.
Coming up from vents. Again, there's so many rounds where half a second is what's deciding it.
Timeout for EG. Haven't had one in a while for their own to call, so checking back in here. Yes, working from a deficit. But the ability to come back already shown, but EDG stamping authority here, claiming that first in the OT does remove a little bit of that pressure away from them. Obviously you don't want to rest on your laurels, but again, gives them that little bit of safety going forward.
Seeing Kung here on the defense. Opting for an operator as well. Boostio did the same for EG in the previous. But do we get one of those moments? One of those magical moments from Kung. Here in round 26. Does he get aggressive this time around? It's like he might be committed as the B-side anchor. Smoggy to control up towards Heaven. That's a very well-invested 3-man stack in terms of the utility elsewhere on A side.
Smoggy's flashed. Jorgamo almost got there in time. Smoggy now has to be careful. We know that Kang's here, but he's going to give away the game. He notes the operator now. You can see the pressure, and Smoggy plays ahead of it. Taking down 3. Outstanding work, and it's all on one. Demon One with an army in front of him. He's got an operator, but they're hunting him. For all those words said, for all that bravado, he's on his knees, he's on his back, and EDG are winning map 1.
What a ridiculous map, Lauren. And this started off so one-sided to EDG. It took EG so long to get into this. And it comes down to overtime, Lauren.
Yeah, the fact it got this far feels fantastic for a series like this. I cannot wait to see where this one's going to go.